Yeah. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom. Wait for brothers and sisters to come on. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Just sharing it. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Just sharing it. Give me 1 second. Nahaima, shalom, shalom. All right. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Let's get it on now. Yeah, first I want to give all honor and praise to the Most High Yahweh and to His only begotten Son, Mashiach Yahushai. So we said we want to give the Most High thanks to give us a next Sabbath, and hope all the brothers and sisters out there are in the spirit, being blessed. Watch what's going on. Um, I just want to show this on the front page of the paper, right? So you see on the front page of the paper, he said, "Get your knee off our necks," right? So that's the cry in so-called 2020 in America, where we still begging the white man to get their knees off our neck. But the biggest problem with that is the white man still killing us. Because I was listening to the news and I heard the governor, Andrew Cuomo, said they need a new police reform in New York, which, like, the people who know the bad cops out there, which cops were claims filed against them, cops were in situation already, right? But in that, it said the police department, they is not for it. They don't want to be exposed. They don't want people to know like the crimes what police out there be committing and stuff like that. So even that it within yourself, they say going to be a hard battle too. But as I said, And the whole entire planet, man, we the only nation begging the white man to take his foot off our neck, man. And as what I said, if we continue to beg him, he will never stop, right? So for the brothers and sisters who are joining on Facebook, you can see, right, the front page of the paper. You understand me? This is the daily news in New York. So practice Allah Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, priest. So on the front page it said, get your knee off our necks. So this is what we become. You understand me? When we talk about great men before us, Martin Luther King, you understand me? Malcolm X, you understand me? All these people, Marcus Garvey, they were out there fighting the same thing, man. So as I said, it's two sides to every story. We have the opportunity now to dictate if our children might come and our children might killed on the street of America by white policemen. You understand me? Our children might get murdered on the street of America through white police. So even Malcolm X state, if you keep begging a man for freedom, he's not going to give it to you. But everything is, as I said, is two sides to every story. Because black people, the demonstration, I don't care about demonstration and looting. You understand me? Let it happen. As long as America is weakened in any way possible, let whatever going on. But when you look at it now, you see a lot of our people out there demonstrating for equal rights and justice. Our people demonstrating to be equal with the so-called white man. You understand me? And first off, the white man will never make you so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native people being equal to him. That's number one. The white man not even letting the Arabs being equal to him. So for we to be demonstrating for equal rights and justice, that's just absurd, man. Why our people still want to be equal with the so-called white man? Do our people see the track record of this white man? This white man is a beast. So why in 2020, the only thing that we want to do is being equal with our slave master? That's why the scripture says, envy not thy oppressors, man. I learn none of your oppressors' ways. And just for black people out there, you might go come across this video, right? YouTube just delete my next account. So brothers and sisters, I'm asking to just subscribe to the new account. And brothers on Facebook, you can go on YouTube and subscribe to the new YouTube account. It's Zion Strong. You understand me? And YouTube is Zion Strong. Because YouTube fighting against the truth too. Because YouTube also want us to fight for equal rights and justice. YouTube themselves want us to be equal with the so-called white man. But with the Most High is saying set the boundary of every nation, man, according to the nation of Israel. So with the Heavenly Father, it's never equal rights and justice. It's level to this thing. So for you brothers and sisters out there, and I see a lot of black women out there, man, I just look at them as waste talents, man. They could come and stand up for the Most High. I see a black girl was talking to a soldier and tell the soldier to kneel with him, to walk with her. And the soldier said, no, I'm not walking. And she was disappointed, man. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, black people? Some of you dramatize, you all see white people marching with you. You don't know it's a setup? That picture that they show you with Martin Luther King, look at it. He hug a white Jewish man at the front of the line. And from Martin Luther King died until now, what changes we have as a nation of people? We have to come back to the Heavenly Father, man. We have to come back home. We left home long enough. We left home just like our ancestors was wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. We's wandering in America for 400 years, man. So we have to come back home, brothers and sisters. When we come back home, then God said He's going to give us the kingdom, not equality with nations. It was never equality. After you slaved me for 400 years, a man slaved you for 400 years, and you think the man going to be equal with you. And there's the next thing I see again. I was reading, watching the BBC News this morning, And I see the BBC News, it said on it, they were talking news, and the BBC, the reporter was like, they make 2 points. Let me see if I remember the first point. But the reporter was like, it's racial tension in America because blacks be treated unfairly for years, for decades. That's what the reporter from England said. I look in these crack and I said, listen, man, how is black people being treated in England? You might not even persecuting them like what the white man doing over here, but slavery started by you British people. You understand me? It was King George who in charge of America when slaves started coming over here. So you so-called white British, cracker British, don't have nothing to say in this, man. And then the reporter make a next point where she said, it's a man and a woman. The woman said she's over here and it's a lot of demonstration going on, which people come out to demonstrate. But the white woman said it's a pity the American news channel not showing that. They rather showing the looting and the people out there in the street fighting. But she said she see a lot of positivity from the protests, like people really want change. Yeah, black people, enough is enough. Enough is enough. But the Most High said, the saints shall take the kingdom. The Most High gonna give us back the world, but we're not gonna rule hand with the white man. So all you white people out there, you're going to get mad, you're going to get red, you're going to get vexed. Nobody cares. But the problem is, we're not going to rule this kingdom with you hand in hand. Hand in hand. You understand me? So this going on long enough now, man. 400 years, 400 and plus years. We're begging you to take your foot off our neck. And guess what? You're not going to take your foot off our neck. So no, that's why God's saying when I send the plagues of Egypt and America, man. And I see today too in New York, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn here, down the street here, the Muslim came out. And the Muslim all pray in front of the Barclays Center, they kneel, they pray. And I look at the Muslim them there like, everybody just want to put their 2 cents in. The Muslim them talk about they stand with Black Lives Matter. But in your country, y'all don't care about black people, man. Oh, the Muslim come to America talking about they stand with Black Lives Matter. And in their Arab countries, y'all don't care about black people. You mistreat black people. You treat black people. So it's a hypocritical going on because now everybody see so-called Black Lives Matter on the platform. So everybody putting their 2 cents in because if it's a reform for black people, the homosexual might want the same rights as what black people get. The lesbian, the LGBTQ, they might want all that same rights. So now the Muslim them talking about Muslim persecution by police. Police ain't molesting no damn Muslim in America, man. Where? You go in the Muslim community, you don't see no police. Police post up at every black in the black community in America, man. So the Muslim them keep a prayer, and they said they want Muslim in the Middle East and black Muslim to come together. Because the Muslim them, the Shiite and all of them, they don't even deal with the FOIs, the Fruit of Islam, Farrakhan Muslim. But they out there saying they stand with Black Lives Matter. But how you Muslim treating black people in your country, man? Well, you have to remember, the scripture tell you in Ezekiel 36, the nation know that the children of Israel went into captivity. The nation know, the entire earth know that the children of Israel went into captivity. When I read Ezekiel 37, the Heavenly Father tell us, He's going to raise us up to be a mighty army. You understand me? So you all just see some glimpse of what's going to take place here. But we will never be equal with the white man. And Mr. White Man, we need liberation. And the Most High is the one that's going to liberate us. We're not begging you for your freedom. You understand me? We're not begging you to take your foot off our neck. But when God turned the table, the scripture says you shall get paid double, man. Scripture says you shall get paid double for all the evil that you do, man. Revelation 18, verse 5. right? This is Revelation 18, verse 5. It said, for our sins have reached unto heaven. So all these sins, what you're doing, or what you have been doing to the so-called children of God, the Most High see a sin have reached heaven. And the Most High remembered her iniquities. Verse 6, reward her evil as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to the works in the cup which she had filled. Fill to her double. So you see, I went out there and I see the people demonstrating because I like to see things myself. I like to prove things myself. And I see some certain young black people out there. They look genuine, man, but they just follow us. You understand me? Young black man, young black woman out there, they look genuine. They want to change. They want to make a difference, but they just follow us. Even in this present time, it would be a good time for the children of Israel to come together, man. And we out there in the so-called demonstration teaching our people, man. Be the light to them. Be the answer to them. Because you see what happened? We fall back. We're not taking part in no demonstration. So we just standing off looking. But then you have other people out there who stand up and who become the voice of black people. Then we, the same ones, sit back, criticize, and say they're nothing but an Uncle Tom. But as a nation of Israel, we get the opportunity to know where we could have been the difference if we just come together, man. But we can't come together for nothing because that's pride. But we could come together and go out there and put up a platform, man. We have the Mashara Yashala flag and show the people in that direction, man. Tell them to let that white man go. Let that dog alone, man. Because black people, we really deceive as a nation of people, man. The man that enslaved us 400 years, you forgive his children. And the president come out and say, so the thugs loot, the bullet might fly. So Trump have to remember all these persons in the Bible, man, that tried to curse Israel. What happened to them? And the Simpsons show the president in that coffin, man. So it's only a matter of time before God fulfill whatever the Simpsons put out there, man. Because you get equal rights in America. What about our brothers and sisters in England? What about our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean? What about our brothers and sisters in Africa? What about our brothers and sisters in Israel? Israel was the one who surprised me the most. They came out and they were demonstrating. I don't know what the hell they were doing. But they said 200 people show up at Tel Aviv at the American embassy and was demonstrating for how black people be treated in America. How black people treated in Israel, so-called white Jewish people. So-called imposters. So-called scum of the earth. Oh, y'all treat black people in Israel, man. We remember, Cartazal, you remember the first time we go, man? When we go to Israel the first time, when we go in the restaurant, everybody walk out the restaurant, leave us in there, man. And that was what, 2013? That was just a couple of years ago. So y'all treating black people in Israel, but you showing up at American embassies talking about injustice. The Iranian president, he come out and talk about America is showing his true self, or America treat black people. In Iran, you have over 2 million black people in there, man. We never seen none of them in the Iranian Congress. We not seen them. Where are they? So all these countries coming out now talking about, even the UN secretary. The UN secretary come talking about America need to fix the human rights law because America treating black. Listen, man, we don't want to hear a damn thing from the UN. Nothing out of the European Union, man. Not a damn thing. Y'all just be the devil who you all want, man. We don't need no sweet word or no soft word. Because the scripture said by peace y'all destroy many. When you have the entire Caribbean, you have the Caribbean to European Union trade market. You have our people in the Caribbean planting sugarcane, planting banana, ginger, everything to feed you all bastard in Europe. Now you're going to talk about what American human rights. We don't want to hear it, man. Keep it to yourself. Because we've been going through this for generations. We've been going through this for years. What y'all do? Y'all feel guilty now? You understand me? But as the most I heart and fear heart, I know it ain't gonna be this easy, man, because the Heavenly Father going hard you all are too, man. But my brothers and sisters, it's that time where we have to come together, man. We have to come together to fight this final battle. When I read the book of Daniel, it said we have 7 more days, man. 7 more weeks. Or what, seven more days? The great tribulation, 7 more years, man. For that last tribulation. But the 3.5 years is going to be the great tribulation. So we have to face that final battle, brothers and sisters. And let the white man go. Let him alone. We're not equal to him. We'll never be equal to him. We're more superior than him. Our color was the first. So leave the white man alone. Let him be. And the black woman, leave the white man alone, man. And you black man, leave that effer alone, man. What you see in the white woman? What attract you to her? And you're out there begging the police who have gone to kill you. And the police out there, we kneel with you. The police out there kneeling with black people. But when you was killing, murdering us, it wasn't compassion. You don't need somebody to write a bill tell you not to kneel in somebody's neck. You don't need nobody to change reform for that. It's you all want to go there and be evil, man, because you are a son of Satan. But brothers and sisters, we're going to go in the book of Maccabees, the 2nd chapter. Remember, I go through Maccabees, the 1st chapter, a couple weeks, and I said I was going to touch the 2nd. But we have to just know ourselves, brothers and sisters. 400+ years of oppression. You white people kneel and tell me that they're with me. Don't mean a damn thing to me and my household. Nothing. After 400 years, you have white people out there telling you, oh, they need. And these white people out there, the one looting places too, man. I see my police packing up his car, man. Because even Buffalo, they put, listen, let me tell you how the system mess up. In Buffalo, upstate New York, 2 police here, a whole white man was demonstrating. I don't know what the whole white man was demonstrating for. You understand me? And the police push him down, man, and making hit his head on the wall. And the police, the 2 white police who push him down, they write in the police report that the man tripped and fell. But when they look at the video and they see that, the 2 police get fired and 60 other police retire, man, in Buffalo today, man. 60 police retire. You understand me? So it's a lot going on. And the reason why they retire is because they're pushing a whole white man. They said the white man was 75 years old. If that white man was 75, say 50 years ago, what was old racist he was 50 years ago? No racist his ass was 50 years ago, man. So that's why I said, brothers and sisters, we's all we have with the Most High, man. We's all we have with the Most High, with the God of Israel. Because a lot of injustice going on with black people. Because about the last 2-3 years in Europe, the soccer player them demonstrating because white people over there making monkey chant, man. You see the black man, you're making monkey sound chewing bananas. But you white people, you the one look like monkey. You smell like monkey, you look like monkey, your little children them look like monkey. You understand me? So it's happening over there in Europe, especially in Italy, in England, in Germany, all over where black people go to entertain you white people playing soccer, because that's all black people want to do is entertain the slave master. Y'all making monkey chant, man. But so that thing start over Europe. So now they said this man dead. Some people say he don't dead. The casket was closed. I don't know if he dead. But whatever happened now, it was long coming, man. Because what about our brothers in Brazil oppressed by those Portuguese over there in Brazil, man? It's full time now, brothers and sisters. You understand me? We have them where we want them now. There's nothing more to lose. There's no jobs, over 60 million people and unemployment. Nothing going on for us now. So it's time for Judah to rise, Benjamin to rise, Levi to rise, Gad, Reuben, Manasseh, Naphtali, Asher. You understand me? It's time for us as a nation of people to rise. Let Issachar rise. Let Reuben rise. It's that time. As long as we come back home, brothers and sisters, the Most High say he'll fight our battle for us. But that 144,000 need to be sealed. That 144,000 need to be sealed. So Maccabees, first Maccabees 2 verse 1. Right? He said, in those days arose Matthias, the son of John, the son of Simon, a priest of the son of Jarib from Jerusalem and dwell in Modin. So right now, for brothers who are familiar with Israel, Modin is controlled by the Palestine today. For some reason, I don't know. Right? So Matthias was a priest. So he dwelled in Jerusalem. Right? Verse 2. And he had 5 sons. Right? Jonan called Sidias, Simon called Taisa, Judas, who was called Maccabees, Eleazar called Arvarian, and Jonathan, whose surname was Aphius. And when he saw the blasphemy that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, woe is me. Wherefore was I born to see the misery of my people? So when he saw the Roman, it was the Greeks. The abomination that they do in Jerusalem, they sacrifice swine in the temple and all that stuff. He said, woe is me, destruction is me, man. He said, why I born to see the suffering of my people? So you tell me now, if Matthias was here on the planet today and see black people demonstrating with white people begging for equal rights and justice, how you think you'd have felt, man? You felt that good, right? Right? And of the holy city, and to dwell there when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of strangers. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessel are carried away into captivity. Her infant are slain in the street. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. So in the time of Matthias, Judas Maccabees, the same thing that the Greek was doing to them in Jerusalem is the same thing that these Greek or Roman people doing to us in America today. Right? When I read verse 9, it says, glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infant are slain in the street. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. So her infant be getting shot down in the street like dogs, or a young man be killing with the sword. Yeah, whether they use knees, they set dogs on us, they use their gun, anything, man. We be murdering the street just like them. Nothing changed. Right? What nation are not at a part in her kingdom? So what nation? So all these European country and everybody talking about Black Lives Matter now. What nation have not a part in the destruction of the so-called black man on the earth? We were slaved by the Muslim first before we come over here to the so-called white man. So the Muslim, all of a sudden, you Muslim talking about you all with Black Lives Matter. You think we forget? We ain't forget. All nation of a hand with the destruction of Jerusalem and the so-called 12 tribe of the nation of Israel, man. Now the scripture say y'all consult together as one, man. Verse 10. What nation are not at a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? So if you don't get the vessel and the goals, what we did have, you get the manservants, you get the labor. Because everywhere the so-called black man is, he's first to be fired, last to be hired, man. He's the one get minimum wage. He's the one have to work out there in the sun. Like I went to the supermarket, I saw the black woman outside in the sun. Yesterday it was 90 degrees, man. When I look, I see the black woman outside stand up in the sun, direct the line with a face mask on in 90-degree weather. I look on her, I said, sister, tell him to give you a chair. She said, me, they ain't giving me no chair. And I see the black woman outside and I look on her and I shake my head. When I go inside the supermarket now, I see the Indian man. He's from Bangladesh or India or wherever. Inside in the air condition, sitting, watching people walking out the supermarket. And I just look and they said, look at this injustice, man. But if I even go tell the black woman, say, listen, sis, come out the sun and go to home to your husband and children, man. You go and vex our spirit. So I just shake my head and keep walking, man. So every nation get to spoil the children of Israel, man. Either physically or spiritually, man. Or a black woman, the black man, when y'all work your money, you go to church and give it to the white Jesus, man. Verse 11, all her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman, she is become a bond slave. So you see, the scripture never lied. It was a free nation, now we become a bond slave. Because look at the mayor in New York. The mayor in New York, they call curfew, man. Right? They call curfew. They say nobody on the street, 8 o'clock. Right? So if nobody should be on the street for 8 o'clock, who dictate that? Right? Who dictate that nobody should be on the street 8 o'clock? And they text a phone. Oh, the hell, I'm looking at my phone making all this noise. Oh, the hell, they have my number to text me that there's a curfew. And if we weren't banned people, how could the next man dictate that I'm not supposed to leave my house after 8 o'clock, man? So, brothers and sisters, believe it or not, we're in captivity. We're still slaves. We're still in captivity under this white man's hand. He can do anything he feels to do. See the President Trump come out, and there's video show Trump was with Epstein too, man, in that child abuse ring. You understand me? See Trump come out and talk saying we're sending the military, man. They can send the military. They're free to do what they want. Did the mayor consult the people? You all say y'all vote in the mayor. Did he come to y'all and say, I'm going to do a curfew? No. They just put out a curfew. And they said, don't get caught out there, because if you get caught, you're not getting bail until Monday. So you can't just put out a curfew like that. Because we slaves, so anything they put on us, we have to take. Look in Michigan. They shut down the city in Michigan, man. And white people march in the city with SLR, AK, MR50. I see a couple white boys there with banana clips too. Banana clips are when they watch Chuck Norris down there in Iraq and Iran, man. So they shut down Michigan, and white people said, to hell with that. They're begging white people to wear face masks. White people said that is for slave, man. You put masks on the slave to silence the slave. White people came out and said that. So they can't shut down the city and white people. You're crazy? Last night, not last night, Wednesday night I was on the road and I go there. I see white people still out there riding bicycle, man. White people ain't care nothing because they know those rules and those laws don't go for them. But black people, you the one scared. Oh, it's curfew, it's 8 o'clock. You scared of the white man. All some of you, man, scared, man. You have fear in you, man. Even Marcus Garvey make his speech 1920 in Atlanta, man. Marcus Garvey said, you black man is nothing but a bunch of coward, man. Scared. Because what? The white man put us in siege. Whatever he say, do. I see 90-degree weather out there, black people with face masks on. Don't you know Israel itself, the country, banned face masks? Because they know it's not good for their people in hot weather. But anything the white man tell them in America, y'all do. But the good thing about it, but the bad thing about it is, what God tell us to do, we never did. We break all the commandments of God, but we will keep the commandments of the white man. Verse 12, and behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty, and her glory is laid waste, and the Gentile had profaned it. So the Gentile, they profane Jerusalem, they profane the people of Jerusalem, right? Because you're fighting the reform. Everybody talking about a black reform. What won't be that black reform? So that's why we say we have to be a part of this table too, brothers and sisters. I know we try to pull out, but we have to be in there. Because when they sit down and start to talk about this reform, are they going to admit that who we going to be? Because we African American now, we have two nationality. So are they going to put in the reform that these people are the children of Israel, man? Are they going to talk that the people in Jerusalem today are nothing but a bunch of imposters? So if they're not going to talk that or say that, what reform do black people want? You want money, reparation, okay. But the money don't value nothing now, you know that, right? Because that's why the Most High say you're going to throw your money and everything in the street. Because whenever they reparate you, money ain't going to value nothing. So just remember that. Right? Then Matthias and his son rent their clothes and put on sackcloth and mourn very sore. So what they do, they rent their clothes, so they start wearing sackcloth, meaning black. They wear black clothes now because they were in mourning, man. So when they see them, they could know. So they were mourning for the children of Israel, man, and the state what Israel was in. So in Matthew see the young child be dying in the street and the old one being choking out by the Greek. He said Matthias rent his clothes, man, and they put on sackcloth. And they mourn. They mourn. They never walked through Jerusalem and demonstrating for equal rights and justice. You think Matthias, them and his son was in Jerusalem? Oh, they're telling the Greek, telling Antiochus and those who are Sodomite that he need equal rights and justice? No. Right? In the meanwhile, the king officers, such as compelled the people to revolt, came into the city, Modin, and made them sacrifice. And when many of Israel come unto them, Matthias also and his son came together. So you see it. The king sent messengers, and he called for everybody to come together to sacrifice. So when he made the call, Matthias, go to, because you have to see what's going on. You think I'm going to be in my house and demonstration 2 miles away from me and I'm in my house? I want to go there to see what's going on, man. Seeing is believing. Prove all things. Right? So he said, Matthias, go to. Verse 17. Then answered the king officer and said to Matthias, on this wise, thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in this day, and strengthened with sons and brethren. Now therefore come thou first and fulfill the king's commandment. So you see what they said? You're a strong man, you're a positive man, you and your son, people look up to you, you're an Israelite, you want to hold God law firm, people listen to you. So they tell him, you come first, man. Just like what they're going to tell you, no, come and take this trip, man. When you take the trip first, then everybody else will take the trip, man. Right? Like as all the Eden have done. Yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain in Jerusalem, so shall thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friend, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards. So you see what they tell Matthias? You come and you sacrifice the swine on the altar, you'll be the king's friends. So that's why you see this congregation know what they have, the 501c3. They want to be friends with the state, man. You have schools out there, they curse their own people out, but they'll never tell Trump that Trump is the devil the Bible speaks of, man. So they tell Matthias that you do this, you'll get silver and gold. I said, brother, share where people was paying people to go there and demonstrate, man. So when you do stuff that go away from the laws of God, you'll be friend with the world. So that's what they tell Matthias, man. Come, you'll be the king friend, man. You'll set up a church, you'll give a 501c3, we'll help you pay your bills and all this stuff, man. Then Matthias answered and speak with a loud voice. So Matthias shout, right? True, all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall away everyone from his religion and of their fathers and gave consent to his commandments. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. So you see what Matthias said? Tell the king to take that swine and push it up his ass, man. That's what Matthias telling. Matthias said, me, my sons, and my household, we're going to walk off of the covenant of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Right? Verse 21. Yahweh forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinance. So you see that? The Most High forbid, man, that at any time we should forsake the laws of the Most High and the ordinance of the Heavenly Father, man. The Most High forbid that. We will not hearken to the king's word to go from our religion either on the right hand or on the left hand. So you see, brothers, I know some of you want to weigh Israel and weigh the world, but we cannot do that, man. We cannot go away from our ordinance to try to justify the world. Listen, brothers and sisters. Some of you men can even grow your beard. You can even look like man, man. Because you want to justify what the world have to offer. Some of you sisters, you're still wearing false hair. You're still wearing pants. You're still balancing both sides, man. You want to be part of that world, man. Let any brother tell you, well, nonsense in my tattoo without his fringes, man. Any piece of clothes I wear out of my house, out of this house, what in America is not mine, is there. Fringes have to be on my clothes, man. So when I go somewhere, man, the earth must know I'm an Israelite, man. Because when the earth know that I'm an Israelite, the earth know I'm representative of the Most High, man. But some people, you see them, they act shady, man. You know why they act shady? Because they're trying to play both sides, man. Listen, you cut my blood when you say Israel in this, man. You understand me? I come from the lineage of the greatest man on this planet, man. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. And you can't go back. You go straight to Adam, man. So I'm an Israelite and I'm proud, man. I'm a proud Israelite, man. So that's why I'm Matthias saying, no, we're not going to do something on the right to justify something on the left, man. This is what we in this life or death situation, man. If we die in righteousness, we become martyr on this earth, man. But you die in filth and death, what you're going to become in this earth, man? So it's our own interest. We know what we're coming in, man. Some going to make it through, but the one that don't make it through and believe in Yahushua, you'll be in the resurrection, man. That's great honor. He said the dead in a Mashiach first shall rise, man. So when the king come and tell Matthias this, Matthias said, verse 22, we will not hearken unto the king's word to go from our religion, either on the right hand or on the left hand, man. Now some of you men still out there celebrating Valentine's Day and Christmas and Easter and all these things to appease the black woman, man. That's what y'all still doing to appease the black woman, man. You must be out your damn mind. Verse 23. Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Modin according to the king's commandment. So after Matthias, he said, remember he said Matthias was talking loud. So after I say this, one proud Negro had come up, man. You know black man proud. You tell the black man Jesus is the devil the Bible speak of. The black man, my Jesus, my Jesus. So when Matthias speaking that now, a proud Negro come up, man, and say, listen, man, to hell with him, man. And let me show you where that proud Negro come from. Turn to 1 Maccabees 1 and 11. He said, in those days when they are out of Israel, wicked men who pursued many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with Eden that are round about us. For since we depart from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. So you see that? So some of them said, listen, man, let's make a covenant with Eden, man. Remember, the Eden tell Matthias, if you do this, I'm going to give you what? If you do this, I'm going to give you gold and silver, man. You'll be the friends of the king. So this Jake, no, you want to please the king so much. I'm not with those Negroes, Hebrews are like there. I don't even wear garment. They wear the garment, they Power Rangers. I put on some shirt with some fringes. I'm different from them. So Uncle Tom went up, right? 24. Which thing, when Matthias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled, neither could he forbear to show his anger according to the judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him on the altar. So Matthias, when he saw that, just like when we see white woman with black man or black man with white woman, he said, Matthias, he couldn't even hold his anger, man. He was inflamed. He couldn't, he said, bone trembled, he was shaking. He couldn't even contain himself. And that's how we supposed to be zealous for the God of Israel, man. When Matthias see this thing, he said he couldn't hold back his temper. He couldn't hold his anger back. And he said he took the sword, and he took the sword. And he go up there and he slay that man on the altar in Modin, man, in the land of Judah, man. Chop his head off, man. And guess what? The Most High justify it, man. So if we don't have the spirit of the Maccabees, if we don't have the spirit of forbearance, something is wrong with us, man. That's why I said we have to challenge back that spirit. Because after 400 years, we forgot who we are, man. After 400 years, we forgot who we are. Only thing we have about history of America, man. We didn't show you some sodomite Michael Jordan and some lesbian Oprah. We're greater than those people, man. In the packing order, there was a scum of the earth, man. We have to remember who we are. Remember our ancestors. We cannot be freedom fighters. If you be freedom fighters, you're begging somebody for freedoms. We have to be firefighters, man. You have to be about what? Death without dishonor, man. The Most High first and everything else last. Seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh, man. Because Yahweh, didn't Yahweh say coming back to baptize us with fire, man? So we have to be fire warriors, man. Like our foreparents, Maccabees was, man. How much of you have that zeal to do this today? None of you have that zeal to do this, man. But remember, what we're reading about here, the Most High justified. Because the Most High bless him after this. This is Maccabees 2, verse 24. Which thing, when Matthias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled, neither could he forbear to show his anger according to the judgment, wherefore he ran and slew him on the altar. Also the king commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice. So even the king, man, who was there telling you to love Jesus and Jesus died for you, man. He said Matthias kill him too, man. So just imagine the spirit of Yahweh that came upon Matthias, man. Because what Yahweh tell Peter, flesh and blood couldn't do that, man. But you go put a swine on the Most High altar, man, because Trump tell her to do it, man. The penalty for that is death, man. Where's the fight? You're begging equal rights and justice. When the white man went to Iraq to kill Saddam Hussein, did he go there to beg him equal rights and justice? When Obama go to Libya to kill Gaddafi, did he go down there and beg him equal rights and justice? Black man, we're going to fight whether you like it or not. So just prepare yourself. But this time, a Mashiach gonna fight at your right hand side, man. Verse 25th. Also the king commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time. And the altar he pulled down, because you kill a man on the altar, they sacrifice swine. So Matthias pull on the altar, man, dismantle it. Thus dealt he zealous for the law of Yahweh, like as Phini did unto Zabri, the son of Salom, right? And Matthias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me. So now he said, listen, brothers and sisters, it's time to leave the city. Who is zealous for the law? Who want to keep the Most High law? Leave the city. That's what Matthias said. The same thing come to America now. Who is zealous for the law? Who is ready to go back to Zion and pray to the God of Israel? Follow us. We have a couple of us well. 28. So he and his son fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city. Y'all don't have no faith like that. You're not going to flee and run left your car, man. It's a good car, man. It's a 2020 car, Matatu. Can't leave it. Matatu, you see my house? I pay $1,000 a month for rent, Matatu. I'm comfortable. No, Matatu, my wife not coming on. My wife says she's not coming. You know the black woman have the devil on her. Boy, Eve, and you look all droopy. Listen, Negroes, you can't be God's servant, man. Listen. The mission continue. Whether the wife want to come or not. Whether the children want to come or listen, man. That's why good you read, man. I read the Bible, man. When God killed Job's wife, the scripture said God give Job a better wife, man, and better children, man. So everything is of the Most High, man. So if the Most High get rid of my wife and my children, them, what do you think will happen? I'll get back more, man. So you Negroes will make every excuse not to be zealous for the laws of God. You see what they do with this corona thing? You see they coming with that vaccine. What preparation none of you all have. You see the Most High telling you America is like a woman with child. As one stuff happen, and next stuff happen. Guess what? The killer bees is still here. I hear them talk about it on news yesterday. They found a couple in Ohio. So the killer bees still traveling, circling Negroes here in the land, man. And remember to, the Most High said judgment first beginning at his house, man. So you're going to kill some of you black people first, man. Because you're not serious about this. So Matthew said, who ready to follow me, man? Who is zealous for the laws of God? Let's go keep the laws of God, man. Y'all ain't ready, man. Y'all have a million excuse, man. Verse 28. So he and his son fled into the mountains and left all that they ever they had in the city. So all the chariots and all that thing, Matthias and his son and the rest of brethren them who follow them, just flee to the mountains, man. And when you read the story of the Maccabees, man, it tell you other people in other city hear about it, man, and say, what? You have other fire warriors hear about it, man, and say, what? And they go in the mountains, go join up with Matthias, man. But you know, look at New York, the Big Apple. Why am I going to leave this? The white man give me a project building. I don't have to work. I pay $200 a month for rent. I get some food stamp. It's a pandemic now, so he give me extra food stamp. The white man being good to me. I'm eating good. Y'all ain't ready for this, brothers and sisters. But guess what? The Most High gonna make you ready. Because you see, stay and you're gonna die. Stay in America and you're gonna die. This will never change. Because God sent it to be put here to be punished. So don't care what beg you beg and what ask you ask, it will never change. Look to God for change. God is the one give you that prison sentence. He's the only one can free us. The white man is not God. Stop asking for freedom, you stupid Negroes. He's not God. You begging him for freedom like it's important. Even the scripture tell you the entire nation know that the Most High put the children of Israel in slavery. But you begging a cracker for freedom. He can even freeze there himself. Like he's God. So stay and die. Verse 29. Then many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the wilderness to dwell there. So many people that want what? Justice and judgment, they went in the wilderness with Matthias too, man. Flee to the wilderness. That's what tabernacle is about. You dwell in tent. So when the Antichrist come out for you, you fled back to the wilderness, you know to dwell. But some of you love your bed, you love convenient. Especially you man like you some sodomite. Love to be convenient. If you don't get a convenient lifestyle, you're going to murmur like a little Mitch. And you black woman who love murmur too, you better get that thing out your head, man. Because you're acting like a damn witch too. This is serious time we're in. We're in the middle of a war. We're in the middle of the greatest war and depression that we ever go through as a nation of people, man. We are war, brothers and sisters. Think this is some peace walk? We came here from 1619. When have we ever get peace? When did they say slavery abolished? And from slavery abolished, they promised us 40 acres and 2 mules. It's signed. They sign it. Lincoln, the sodomite boy Lincoln, signed it. It's written on paper. The only thing need to be done is give it all like this. But why would God give you 40 acres of land in the enemy land? Whenever that ever happened, if you say you're Israelite, when have God ever give us 40 acres of land in an enemy land? You get 40 acres of land in America, are you going to leave here? So that's why it's not going to happen. So fight for reform. What reform? They're going to turn on you and kill you. Why do you think Trump said the military is on standby? Why? Why did you think Obama buy 6,000 worth of guillotine from Chinese government? And if American military not going to do it, you know what, Trump going to send for the European military to come, NATO. And they're going to come. Because America is in people country terrorizing it now as we speak. So that's what they do. The leaders of this government, they set up. They're all friends. So America can't go to Syria and bomb Syria. So if he go and call for Syria military to come, what do you think they're going to do? So sit there and say, oh, that might never happen. That's not going to happen. Sit there. And even Obama come out and make a speech about if you want your voice to be heard, vote. Listen, Obama is the worst thing what made for black people, although he's an Hamite. He's the worst kind of Hamite. Because Obama went to Jamaica and the Jamaican Prime Minister at the time named Portia Simpson show him up and say, Obama, it's time for you to pardon Marcus Garvey. Obama look at the whole place in Jamaica and say he cannot pardon Marcus Garvey. So I'd ask Obama and all you people who voted for him, what crime did Marcus Garvey commit? Because Marcus Garvey was doing the same thing what people marching for now, equal rights and justice. So what was the crime? But you all love Obama. You see, black people, you're the biggest trait. Sometimes I just want to get from around some of you black people, man. Because when Obama win, y'all was crying. I'm looking like, look at niggas crying, man. You black people is the worst type of black people to be around, man. Worse. Okay, if Obama come back now and say he's running for president, he win, man. If he come back and say he's doing an independent party where he's a third president, he's gonna win. Because you black people always want somebody to praise. Verse 30. Both they and their children, their wives, and their cattle, because affliction increased sore upon them. So you see what they said, affliction increase. It's time for you to take the vaccine. Affliction increase. So when affliction increased, what did they do? Both they and their children, they took their children with them. And their wives, they took their wives too. And their cattle, because affliction increased. Tell the black woman, no, listen, we're going to have to flee to the wilderness. It's that time. They have a million complaint. You understand me? While the woman was supposed to support the husband and say, yes, it's that time, let's go. But you know what she's going to do? She's going to convince the man not to do it, man. Because most of you men out here, you have your woman convincing you, and you know your woman not level-headed neither. You know your woman ain't right. But you'll have the black woman convincing you her opinion. But you, the man, you're supposed to be the leader, man. When you're supposed to see the times and say, it's time to move. And when he say move, it's movements. Okay. Which road do you think we should take? Yeah, get the woman will have an opinion, but it shouldn't be an opinion to stay in this place, man. Because if our ancestors flee, you don't think we have to flee too? Now, when it was told the king, servant, and the host that was at Jerusalem in the city of David, that certain men who had broken the king's commandment were gone down into the secret place in the wilderness, they pursued after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day. So you see that? That's what white people do, man. They'll war you anytime. So we have to be ready, war ready, man. We have to be war ready every day, man. Anytime is war, man. Right? And they said unto them, let that which he have done, Ithro, sacrifice come forth, and do according to the commandments of the king, and he shall live. But they said, we will not come forth, neither will we do the king commandment to profane the Sabbath day. So the man said, listen, man, we're not going to do no king commandment to profane the Sabbath day. So then they gave them the battle with all speed. So they said, listen, man, it could be Sabbath, it's war. If it's war, it's war. If it's peace, it's peace. Anything is anything. Right? Verse 36, bit, they answered them not, neither cast they a stone at them, nor stop the place where they lay hid, but said, let us die all our innocency. Heaven and earth shall testify of us that he put us to death wrongfully. So yeah, so this was a two-part story. So some of the people, and they were so holy, they said they're not fighting on the Sabbath day. So they end up dying on the Sabbath day. But Matthias said, listen, man, we fighting 7 days a week, man. So these one was, they left. They were going to try to meet up with Matthias then. So when the king catch them, the king said, come back and do. So they said no. So they were like, commit suicide, man. So that's why I said, if you're not able to act like the nation, you cannot rule this planet Earth. You have to act like this nation to rule this planet Earth. Oh, they think you have to think like them. Because when we set up our kingdom, man, if a nation ever light a matches on our Sabbath day, man, he's dying, man. We're not even letting the sun set before we kill him, man. So you all know that. Right? Verse 8. So they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath, and they slew them with their wives and children and their cattle, to the number of 1,000 people. Now when Matthias and his friends understood hereof, they mourned for them right sore, So you see, Matthias never say, oh, there's some wicked Negro, God kill him. No, he mourn, man. So when you see the death of your people, man, it's supposed to be upsetting and in a mourning spirit to you, man. I see people out there talk about he was a porn star. What that have to do with it? Nothing. We all was war and adulterer and adulteress out there in farmer life. What that have to do with what he is? So in Matthias here, this is still mourn for his people, man. Right? And one of them said to another, if we all do as our brethren have done, and fight not for our lives and laws against the heathen, they will now quickly root us out of the earth. At that time, therefore, they decreed, saying, whosoever shall come to make battle with us on the Sabbath day, we will fight against him. Neither will we die, all as our brethren that were murdered in the secret place. Right? So Matthias said, make a decree and said, listen, man, anytime people trying to fight us, we gonna fight. You understand me? So they made that decree, and you know the history what come out of that. You understand me? The entire earth know the issue what come with that. They hold out the Greeks, man. They hold out the Greeks. No matter what the Greeks did, they hold out. The Greeks try to make peace with them and everything, man. But they hold out. They stand firm. You understand me? I know brothers bring out said the whole deception of the 300 come from them too. You understand me? Judah Maccabees and them. But we commend our ancestors, man. And we need to challenge back those spirits of our ancestors, man. Because the day going to come when everything ain't going to be this easy, man. Because when the Antichrist come, it's going to be bad for brothers and sisters, my people. It ain't going to be easy. You understand me? So this is the book of Obadiah 1 verse 3. He said, the pride of thine heart deceived thee, thou that dwells in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So you see, the Greeks was ruling from the time of the Maccabees. White people start ruling earth until this day, man. Many years. So after they rule for generation like that, that's why they make this speech like, who's going to take us down? So the Most High said, the pride of their heart have deceived them, man. You understand me? He said, though thou exile thyself as the eagle, and through those set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Most High. Right? So the Most High said, wherever they build a nest, they can be out of space anywhere. Destruction going to take them down there. He said, if thieves come to thee, robbers by night, or art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grasshopper came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? So now the Most High is the one going to search him out and reveal it. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee, even to the border. The man that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, and prevail against thee. That they eat thy bread, have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, say the Most High, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty man, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. So, brothers, that's the destiny for them. So, oh, we're going to beg them equal rights and justice. When the Most High said everyone in the mount, meaning the government, meaning the nobles, the Congress, all of them going to die. So we're not begging your freedom, we're going to take it. We beg God freedom. We beg Yahweh freedom. We beg Yahweh forgiveness. That's who we're supposed to be begging freedom and forgiveness to, not the white man. The white man, we don't see you as nothing, man. I don't respect you, I don't like you, my spirit don't take you. If you get terminated off the earth today, I won't care, I won't give a damn. So my brothers and sisters, I said, remember to subscribe, like, and share the video. And we say, Kwame Shala, we say, Rise Israel. And the Most High Yahweh and Yahweh Shai going to deliver us. He's going to be our help. But the scripture also tells us all men going to get paid for the work that they have done. So we have to do something. We have to put that work in. And we have to have faith that the Most High will guide us and the Most High will lead us. But we're in the last days, brothers and sisters. We're in the last day. If you can't see that, something is wrong with you. Right? So with that, brothers and sisters, I said Shalom. Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Let's get it done now.